Good day, everyone. I welcome you back to today's tutorial, today's HTML tutorial. And today I'll be walking you through HTML tags or elements and the HTML attribute. They are patterns or their method in writing HTML tags and then writing HTML attribute. Look at the screen. As you can see in the screen, this is the pattern in writing HTML tag. This is the pattern. Okay, this is the pattern in writing HTML element. So as I said earlier, this from this place to this place is we call it tag. This is the ending tag. This is the opening tag. This is the ending tag. I said between the opening tag and the closing tag, the content the the, the content the HTML content is placed between the opening tag and the closing tag. So all together we call it HTML element. So to write an HTML element, this is the pattern we follow. In anywhere in the world, this is the pattern followed in writing HTML tag or HTML element. Let me repeat myself. We call these tags. We call this closing tag. This is the opening tag, and this is the closing tag. And between the opening and the closing tag, we have the content. So this is the content. So whenever you want to write an HTML element, okay, this is just the pattern. Let me write an HTML element now. For example, let me write paragraph tag. This is the paragraph. So in the paragraph, I have opening tag and the closing tag. So between the closing tag, between the opening tag and the closing tag, I will put my content in between them. I will put my content between the opening tag and the closing tag. So let me put my content now. I'll put my, my content goes here. Let me comment this. As you can see, this is my opening tag and this is my closing tag. Between my opening tag and the closing tag is my content. So to write an HTML tag or to write an HTML element, this is the pattern you follow. You must follow this pattern. You must follow this is the pattern you must follow. As you can see, this is not the correct HTML tag. I just write it here so that you will know that to write an HTML element, there's a pattern in writing it. So this is the correct. So if I use this pattern now, if I use this pattern to write this one, this is a correct HTML element. I am using this pattern, this method to write this HTML element. It is very simple, very simple, very simple. So this is what we call HTML element. So the next one we'll be looking at is HTML attribute. HTML attribute. So the HTML attribute is found at the beginning of the opening tag. This is what I call HTML attribute. From this place to this place is called HTML attribute. And the pattern or the method used in writing HTML attribute is what these are the spell attribute. Attribute. As you can see, this attribute. Sorry. Let me spell it. Okay, this is it. Attribute. Let me remove it. The pattern or the method used in writing HTML element, sorry, in writing HTML attribute is this pattern. You must follow this pattern. That is the name and the value. The name and the value. The name and the value, or the key or the value. The key and the value. I repeat myself, the pattern used in writing HTML attribute is this pattern from here to here. Name and value. Understand? That is the pattern used in writing HTML element. So let me write an HTML element here using this pattern. Using this pattern. For example, let me look for a genuine HTML attribute. For example, in HTML, we have attribute like ID equal to ah, this this ID must be a genuine HTML attribute. But this value can be anything. The reason I gave it value paragraph is because so that whenever I want to so whenever I see this paragraph, I will know that yes, this is a paragraph tag. I will know that this is a paragraph tag. This ID is a specific HTML name, but this paragraph can be anything. You can give it anything, anything, anything. You can give it anything. So as you can see, I follow this pattern, the name and the value. So I put the name of the attribute is ID, and the value is paragraph. So as you can see in this place, I follow this pattern. So to write an HTML attribute, you must follow this pattern. And there can be more than one attribute in an HTML element. For example, I can come and stay and say, okay, let me write class. Say, okay, class also be paragraph, paragraph, um, paragraph class. That's it. As you can see, I followed this pattern. A class in HTML is a specific name in HTML, and this value can be any name you wish to give it. You can give it any name you wish to give it. You give. So you can even add more than two attributes in an HTML element. So as you can see now, this is how we write our HTML element with including the HTML attribute. From this place to this place, we call it HTML attribute. From this place to this place, we call it HTML. It is what they call HTML attribute. So all together, we call it HTML element. So don't forget to write this thing. This is the pattern. Everything here, everything in this paragraph follow this pattern. Don't forget, let me highlight it. Let me comment it. Everything in this everything I wrote here follow this pattern. It is very simple. It is very simple. Very simple. So if you understand this, if you understand this pattern, you are 80% good in writing HTML. Thank you very much. I will see you in my next class. Thank you.